So I'm gonna show you what to do to get to the price adjustment for the coin mechanism. Long story short, you need a screwdriver, Phillips head. Pretty much the main thing with these guys is that they have two things that block this slider from coming out this way. This can't go that way because this lip stops from traveling that way, but it is able to go this way once you remove this. I'll try my best to do it with what's it called, record with one hand, do the other stuff with one hand. It's probably gonna be a little bit of a pain in the ass, but yeah, the main thing is just getting in my opinion, just sliding this thing out and get into this gold bar I'm going to show you guys right now. And it does take a little bit of patience in my opinion, because usually you don't know what to do inherently. So that piece helps, I guess, the pull mechanism for the sliding. This little bar is just a stopper. It stops it from traveling this way. And then try to hold that down. This is a broken mechanism, so I don't really care about the screws. Usually I put them in a Ziploc baggie. Those two guys are out of the way, so now this is able to slide this way. And this spring is broken, but it would have gripped onto this stopper right there. And that would have gave it like a little bit of tension, going back this way. But it's just there to assist you. At the end of the day, you're supposed to push and pull. We're here now. And this right here is a storage compartment for these spacers. If it's empty, that means you don't have any extra components, so you probably have to order them. But sometimes, if you want to change the price to a quarter or two or whatever, the parts would be in here. Now you flip this guy over. This golden bar is the only thing holding the spacers or whatever they're. I don't know. I do not know the official name for these. I'll just call them. I think someone said blanks. When I looked them up on eBay, they're called blanks if you want. And then they're called coin inserts because you can buy. It's a mold, and you can buy a quarter mold. So it takes a quarter. But I think you probably get the drift, which is this gold bar is holding the spacers in place so they don't move up and down. This little gold bar. There you go. This gold bar has a little up sign. So these little black tabs are just, lift them out. Lift them out. Lift them out. Let's do remove 4 of them because maybe you want to set it to $1. Also, if you have, what's it called? All these blanks in there, that's pretty much saying that you're going to dispense something out for free. Also, this is not the correct way. This is just to show you that, okay, this is what you would do. You would still have to go buy or find the, what's it called, the other inserts. But this is all you do. This is the gist of it. And what do you mean, what am I missing? I'll show you the other vending machine that does have the coin inserts. There you go. So these silver ones are meant to take a quarter, and you can pretty much buy them to take. Buy these inserts. There's different inserts. There's one for $1. There's one for coins, like tokens. Um, so these guys come in different sizes, so you can buy them. And that's it. Pretty much everything that you take apart, you take it the way you start one way, and then you go in the reverse order to put it back together. And worst case scenario, let's say you break it or whatever, you can order a new one of these for 25 to 40 bucks. But they're sort of hard to break unless you just throw them on the ground. That's how I think that's what happened with this guy. It cracked in half right there. It just like a perfectly sliced off. But it's really hard to like damage these mechanisms. Like it has to be like a good drop. But yeah, that's the gist of that one. And it's the same with the other one. There's gonna be something blocking this, this slider from going this way. It'll usually be something like this, some form of stopper. That's a stopper, I would call it, and this is the mechanism that helps you, I guess, move the slider above it. Move the slider above it. The mechanism that slides the cards out, and I'll show you right now. But it varies per machine. And this one's the same stuff, but this one is you remove the 2 screws on the top, has these inserts. But with this guy, once you remove the inserts, you don't have to replace the inserts. It's already ready for a coin. So these ones are a little bit friendlier, I think. These ones are, I think these are more, you can change the currency for these guys. And I'll go show you the back of this vending machine because it's open. When I meant that, like, this guy, the other guy was like a little square tab, but this guy right here is, it's just it just pushes against this, and that thing is this. I don't know what this is called, but this is the mechanism that pushes out the card stocks forward, and the only thing that interacts with that is this guy. And you will see this guy in different forms, but it does the same thing. It just pushes these 2 little pillars back and forth. And then you see the springs. The springs are right there. The springs right there. You don't need a spring. You can honestly have no springs, but it just feels better. It feels more, if it doesn't have a spring, it's like a person feels like it's loose, and you can say it's a bad experience. But yeah, that's about it. It's the same. Like, you would just take out all 4 screws, or 3 screws if it's missing one. It comes out. These guys will move forward. It would come out through the front. Why through the front? Because it has this big, covering thing, or mounting bracket or whatever. This shit goes this way, bro. This way. And then once it's out, all you do is remove whatever's like its little version of the connection to the top mechanism, the stopper, because it stops it from moving this way. Once that slides out this way, you just take it apart. And yeah, that's about it. A Phillips screwdriver, I think, it's like usually 4 to 6 screws. Actually, no, I'm off. 4 screws for this guy for the mounting bracket, 2 screws for this guy, a screw for this, that's 5, 3, 7, and this was 3, 10. So it's like 10 to 8 depending on the style, but it goes really quick. Yeah, and that's just removing a mechanism. I know this is taking long, but I guess, yeah, you might need to remove this guy, and this guy just lifts up. Every machine has a similar style, which is you lift up and pull this way, so up this way. And yeah, you just remove these guys before you do that. But every machine has some form of this. Every 4-column I've seen. Yeah, you'll get the gist of it. If you have one, you'll get the gist of it, because otherwise you'll find someone to do it for you, pay them. But I was able to learn. It took me like 1 or 2 YouTube videos. Actually, it took me 1 video to figure out what tools I need, which is a Phillips screwdriver, and then a second video to figure out like, hey, like, what are these parts even called in case I need to replace them. And yeah, and luckily I sold 2 of these bad boys, and I got 3 left. So just sharing knowledge.